Hello, and welcome to today's social studies lesson. So first of all, guys, can we all turn to wave and say a big hello to our friends on camera? Hello. And we'll begin by doing our meditation sequence. So I will sit down, take 2 fingers, find our heart center, left hand on our laps, and close our eyes. When you're ready, guys, you can open your eyes and come back to the room. And next we'll do our stretch sequence. So let's stand up and push in our chairs. And we can begin by stretching up high to the sky. And then let's go down low, touch our toes. And then we'll go back up high one more time. And this time, let's go tippy-toe high. And while we're there, let's wave side to side. And then back down to touch our toes again. Now hands on hips. And let's have a wiggle side to side. Stop. Another wiggle side to side. Stop. Forwards, backwards, forwards, backwards, forwards, backwards, and stop. And now we'll go round and round. Give our spines a nice stretch. And stop. And then back the other way. Round and round the other way. And stop. And to finish, we will do 5 claps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Excellent, guys. Have a seat. So in our previous social studies lesson, we began learning about a new topic. And the name of this topic relates to rights, the type of things that people need. Now, who can remember the type of rights? Excellent, guys. It's your rights. Are you children? Yes. Do you need things? Yes. And what we need so that we can ensure that children get the things they need is we need to give children rights so that we can make sure that the things they need in their lives they can get. So first of all, let's write the phrase children's rights on the board. C-H-I-L-D apostrophe S. Children's. And then rights. R-I-G-H-T-S. So all together, guys. Children's Children's rights. So who can tell me some of the things that you guys need in your lives as children? Love. Excellent answer. And possibly the most important answer. Everybody in the world needs love, but nobody needs it more than children. Children need to be loved by the people who are closest to them. So we can write love, L-O-V-E. Excellent start, guys. Love is a very important thing in the lives of children. But other things too, like what do we have to eat every day? Food. Because children are small, they can't provide for themselves yet. They can't go out and drive a car to the market to get their own food. They have to be provided it for them, particularly very young children who are still babies. So it's a children's right for them to be provided with food. F-O-O-D. Any other ideas, guys? Think about your... Yes, food and drink. We can put food with drink. D-R-I-N-K. Food and drink. And then another great answer, care. We need to care for children. C-A-R-E. Okay, so think about your own lives. Respect. Yes, children deserve to be listened to. If children have a problem, if they want to tell you something, we shouldn't just ignore them, we should listen to what they have to say. And that means giving children respect. If my students or children that I know have something to say to me, I'll listen, because children have a voice too. So therefore, you guys deserve respect. E-S-P-E-C-T. So we've got love, food and drink, care, respect. All things that children have a right to. But what are we all wearing now? Clothes, yes. There's other things like essential items, actual physical items. Do you go anywhere with no clothes? No, we all need clothes all the time. So children can't go out and buy for themselves. So like food and drink, they have to be provided with clothes. C-L-O-T-H-E-S. Yes. How about after you leave school? Where will you go? Leave school and go home. All children deserve a home to go to. Usually with their families, but if not, with other caregivers that we can call guardians. Yes, but every child deserves a home. H-O-M-E. Okay, and now I've heard the word school. Where are you guys now? Yes, what are you doing in school? Learning, yes. So one of the very important things that all children all over the world, it's learning, but there's a particular word. Every child on the planet, no matter where they are, Thailand, England, Africa, India, every child deserves a good education. Yes, we go to school to learn and receive education. And education is E-D-U-C-A-T-I-O-N. Now, education can mean, like Pak Bung said, learning. But a specific word is education. And we've got some excellent ideas here, some very good responses. Any more, guys? Anyone want to add any more? No? Anyone think of anything else? We've got lots of very good ones, so let's say them again. Love, food and drink, care, respect, which means being listened to, home, clothes, education. So that was brilliant. Very well remembered, guys. What we're going to do in today's lesson, we're still going to stay with the topic of children's rights, but we're going to examine another word and another thing that children need. and it's very important. And this word, let's spell it together, guys. P-R-O-T-E-C-T-I-O-N. Now this word, protection. Yes, protection. Protection is similar to care, because the outside world can be a dangerous place. Sometimes, unfortunately, bad things can happen, and there are bad people too. So what all children deserve and have a right to is protection, so that they don't get hurt and they don't fall into bad circumstances or situations. And what we've got now is a PowerPoint presentation coming up for our children and students to observe and listen to about how the lives of children can receive protection, which is a very important factor in children's rights. So let's turn to look at the TV screen, guys, for our PowerPoint presentation. So let's take a look at our PowerPoint presentation, Children's Rights, Section 2. All children have the right to be protected. Yes, a very important word in the lives of children. Because you guys are still young, you deserve to be protected and kept safe from bad people and bad situations. Being protected means not to be hurt or made to feel unhappy. Yes, children should always feel happy, and children should never be in pain. And this is what it means, protection, to make sure that children feel good mentally and physically. Children should not be separated from their parents unless it is agreed. Yes, sometimes our parents cannot be with us, and if they decide, then that's okay. But nobody should ever take children away from their mum and dad unless their mum and dad say so. For example, sometimes mums and dads have to work away, and in that case, the children can't go too. So what needs to happen is children will be with other caregivers. But first of all, the parents must say yes. All children have the right to be protected from abuse or neglect. Now, abuse means if somebody was to hit you or to hurt you. Some bad people might want to do that. So what we need to do is make sure that these bad people can't get near you. We need to protect you. And neglect, when we spoke earlier about things like food, drink, clothes, home, if children don't receive these things, that's neglect. Some children don't get food, they go hungry. That means they're neglected. And what we need to do is make sure that all children don't get abused and don't be neglected. Nobody has the right to be cruel to a child, including family members. And that means your parents too. Nobody has the right to be cruel to you, to hit you, or to make you feel sad. Just because they're family members doesn't mean they can do it. Nobody has the right to make you hurt or feel unhappy. Children have the right to be loved and taken care of properly. Yes, these are some of the rights that we learnt about in the first lesson. Love and take care. Every child deserves this, and it's their right to. Children have the right to be protected from exploitation. Now have a look at the picture, guys. What do we think the word exploitation means? Look at that young girl there. What's she doing? Is she playing? No. What do you think she's doing? She's working. Yes. How old do you think she is? 5, 6? Where should she be? School. At that age, children should be in school. They shouldn't be working, and they certainly shouldn't be doing heavy labor jobs like this. In some parts of the world, children don't get to go to school. They have to work, and that's not good. That's what we call exploitation. And we need to protect children from that. How about tomorrow? Do you want to come to school, or do you want to go to work like this? Exactly. School's better. Every child at this age should be in school. Children have the right to be protected from physical and mental abuse. Yes. Now let's look at these two words here. Physical abuse. That means if anybody was to hit you or touch you without your consent, that's physical abuse, and nobody is allowed to do that to you. And mental abuse means in your mind. If somebody makes you feel sad or unhappy, that's mental abuse, and all children don't deserve that, so you should be protected. And then lastly, all of these bad products here. Children have the right to be protected from drugs and alcohol. Yes, you can see in the picture here lots of different types of alcohol, like beer, wine, spirits, and then other things like tobacco, drugs, and cigarettes. None of these things should ever be near children. You should never have to put up with anything like this. So what we need to do is protect you. That's why when you go to shops or markets, if these things are on sale, they're usually high up or behind places where children can't reach, because you have to be protected. Any questions, guys? Okay, that was great. Well done. Welcome back to class. We hope your students enjoyed the PowerPoint presentation so that they can learn more of the ways that children deserve and need to be protected. And it's especially important when we talk about bad situations that they should not be introduced to. Children should be protected as much as possible until they are adults and at an age where they can decide for themselves. And now, guys, it's time for our stretch sequence. So let's stand up and push in our chairs. And for this sequence, we'll have a game of Teacher Says. So let's listen carefully, guys. If Teacher says, we can do. But if not, don't do. So, hands on heads. Touch your knees. Teacher says, touch your shoulders. Arms in the air. Well done, guys. Teacher says, arms down. Teacher says, turn around. Teacher says, back the other way. Teacher says, one arm up, one arm down. Teacher says, swap. Teacher says, swap. Swap. Teacher says, arms down. Teacher says, jogging on the spot. Stop. Teacher says, stop. Teacher says, jogging on the spot. Teacher says, quickly. Teacher says stop. Teacher stand on one leg. Teacher says stand on one leg. Teacher says arms in the air. Teacher says hands on head. Teacher says swap legs. Teacher says arms down. Teacher says stand up straight. And teacher says into a ball. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Teacher says jump. Excellent, guys. Have a seat. And teacher says it's now time for our flashcards exercise part of the lesson. So teachers, what you need to do, the first thing is print off 2 sets of flash sheets. One of the flash sheets we're going to practice speaking and put onto the board. But then we're going to put the other flashcards that we've cut into individual words and separate our students into teams. Then they have to work together to create the correct sentence, and then when they're ready, speak it correctly, and the first team to do that wins. And then we can play another round and swap the sentences. But first of all, guys, let's have a look at our sentences. Children have the right to be protected from drugs and alcohol. Yes, some very bad, harmful substances children should never come into contact with. Children have the right to be protected from exploitation. And remember, this word here, exploitation, means child labour, when children have to work when they should be in school. Our next sentence, nobody has the right to be cruel to a child. So remember that, guys, no matter who they are, nobody has the right to be cruel to you. Children should not be separated from their parents unless it is agreed. Yes, if our parents have to work away, or if they already agree that you can live somewhere else with other people who can care for you, then that's fine. But children should never be separated from their parents without their consent. And our final sentence, all children have the right to be protected. Yes, because you're still very young and you can't do things for yourself completely yet, you should all be protected as much as possible. And what we're going to do now is divide our students into teams. Each team will get a sentence of all of the words on the board, but they'll be mixed up. And together, they have to work together to create the sentences and speak them correctly. So we'll have teams of 2 or 3, depending on students. So team 1, lakaw and bangpon. Team 2, preu and down. Team 3, chew and nadia. And team 4, pat, pakbung and net. So there are teams, and what we need to do now is give our teams their sentences. So team 4, for you, you're welcome. But not yet, guys. Wait until everybody's ready, and then we can begin. Team 3, here's your sentence. Team 2, you're welcome. Not yet, guys. And team 1. So now our teams have their sentences. All of the sentences are on the board. What our teams need to do is put the words together in the correct order. When they're ready, they can raise their hand and they can practice speaking. Then when everybody's done, we can swap the sentences and play again. So team 1, are you ready? Team 2? Ready. Team 3? Team 4? Go. So there's 5 sentences there, guys. Have a look to see which sentence you've got. Nobody. Okay, so nobody. Okay. All children have the right to be protected. Okay, excellent. Well done, guys. Nobody has the right to be cruel to a child. Excellent, guys. Children have the right to be protected from so children have the right to be protected from exploitation. Excellent. Well done, guys. Okay, so Nadia. Children should not be separated from their parents unless agreed. Excellent, guys. Okay, so guys, that was very well done for the first effort. What we'll do now, get our sentences and pass them to the teams to our left. And then, when I say go again, we can have a practice at doing more sentences together. So teachers, what you can do is pause the video in your class now and play on with your own students. And remember, have each team practice speaking the sentences after they've formed them. Then they can move the sentences around so they get to practice the different sentences. Team 1. Not yet, not yet, not yet. Team 1, are you ready? Team 2, ready? Team 3? Team 4? Go. Children should all right to be protected. Excellent. Nobody has the right to be cruel to a child. Excellent, guys. Good work. Children should not be separated from their parents unless agreed. Excellent. Very good work. Well done, Ned. That's the longest sentence, so well done. Children have the right to be protected from exploitation. Excellent, guys. Well done. So once again, after you've all practiced speaking, collect your words, pass them to the team on your left. So Pak Bung, I'll take yours, and I'll pass them to Lak Gao and Bangpon. And make sure to pass all the words. Okay, not yet. Team 1 ready? Team 2 ready? Team 3 ready? Nadia, on the floor. Team 4 ready? Go. This one. All children have the right to be protected. Excellent. Well done, guys. Children have the right to be protected from exploitation. Excellent. Well done, guys. Nobody has the right to be cruel to a child. Well done, guys. Good work. Okay, this is the hard one. This is the longest sentence. Children should not be separated from their parents unless agreed. Excellent. Well done, guys. Well spoken. So now we'll do one more round. So the final round, pass to your teams on the left. Team 1 ready? Team 2 ready? Team 3 ready? Team 4? Go. Children should not be separated. Children have the right to be protected from exploitation. Children should not be separated from their parents unless agreed. Excellent, guys. Well done. All children have the right to be protected. Excellent, guys. Well done. Nobody has the right to be cruel to a child. Excellent. Well done. Guys, that was brilliant. Very good answers and well done speaking. And now it's time for our worksheet part of the lesson. So teachers, make sure each student in your class gets their own worksheet. And what we've got today is a series of sentences relating to children's rights and protection. But each sentence has a word missing. So thinking back to the PowerPoint presentation and also the sentences we have on the board, students need to choose the correct word to complete each of the sentences and write it in the space. But what's the first thing to do, guys? Yes. So give our students around 12 to 15 minutes for this activity so they can read them all and write them correctly. And there's 9 in total. So, Lakgao, this one's for you. Bangpon for you. Prao for you.
Thank you.
You're all welcome. Down, here's yours. Chu for you. You're welcome. Nadia for you. You're welcome. Pat for you. You're welcome. Pak Bung, here's yours. Annette for you. Okay. So the big word of today's lesson begins with P. All children have the right to be protected. All children have the right to be protected. This sentence here, guys, that's your first one to get you started. Protected. And protected means to be taken care of, safe from harm. Nobody cruel, nobody abuse you. And children should not be separated from their parents, your mum and dad, unless it is agreed. If your parents agree, then it's fine. Because your parents are the people who need to decide. Nobody has the right to be cruel, especially not to children. And remember, guys, when you've got the words, cross it out, because you only need each one once. Nobody has the right to be cruel. Pak Bung, if I come along to you and I be cruel to you, is that okay? No, nobody has the right. Children have the right to be What do we all need beginning with L? Love or loved. Children have the right to be loved and taken care of. Children have the right to be loved. All children deserve love and care. Children have the right to be protected from exploitation. Now what this means is working. When you should be in school, you shouldn't be out in a field working. That's exploitation. Because you need to get your education. And the two bad things, you see the one, two very bad things that you need to be protected from: drugs and alcohol. Very bad substances, bad for our health and dangerous, particularly for children. Welcome back to class. We hope your students enjoyed the worksheet activity where they had to use each of the words to complete the 7 sentences. And what we're going to do now is practice speaking together. All children have the right to be protected. Children should not be separated from their parents unless it is agreed. Nobody has the right to be cruel to a child. Children have the right to be loved and taken care of. Children have the right to be protected from exploitation. And that means child labor, children having to work when they should be in school. Children should be protected from drugs and alcohol, two very bad substances. And children should not be hurt or made to feel unhappy. And guys, that was very well spoken. Well done. And that's all we've got time for today. So we hope you've enjoyed the lesson and now understand more about the word protection in relation to children's rights. And we'll see you again soon for the next lesson. So can we turn to wave and say goodbye, guys? Goodbye. Bye-bye. See you again soon.